Have you thought about moving to East Tennessee and want to live on Cherokee Lake? Hi, I'm Amy Shrader with REMAX Real Estate 10, and today I want to talk with you about what are some of the subdivisions on Cherokee Lake that you would want to consider if you're planning a move here. Now, a lot of people, from what I found out talking to potential lake buyers, a lot of people don't realize how big Cherokee Lake actually is. They may have been coming to the lake for years, but they stay on one particular part of it. And so they're kind of surprised at how large Cherokee Lake actually is. It encompasses 4 counties. It starts down in Jefferson County, and then it comes up to Granger County, Hamlin County, and ends up in Hawkins County, where it goes back to be in the river. So lots of subdivisions, obviously, within 4 counties. So I'm going to highlight for you some of the ones that seem to be the most popular when people are looking to move here. Now, we're going to talk about subdivisions in terms of not just existing homes, but where you might want to look to buy a lot and build your ultimate lake house. Okay, so the first one I want to talk to you about is called Cherokee Estates. Now, I'm going to spell that for you. It's Chellaque. And I get people that call me all the time about homes and lots that I have listed in there, and they call it shellac. They just butcher that name. It is an Indian name, so it's pronounced Cherokee or Chellaque, whichever you prefer. But Cherokee is located in Hawkins County on Cherokee Lake. Pretty good sized subdivision. Homes that are in there that are lakefront typically will sell pretty quickly. Lakeview homes sell pretty easily as well. There are several lots in that subdivision that are still not developed. So you can buy a good Lakeview lot, $15,000. Lakefront lots will start out about $65,000 for a cove lot, and then move up to $125,000, $150,000 for a main channel lakefront lot. So Cherokee is a gated community. You can't just drive in there and check things out. You do have to make an appointment with an agent, but it is gated. They do have a community boat ramp and marina. They have a picnic pavilion that's used for community events, and you could reserve as well for family reunions or whatever. Cherokee's very active. The people who do live there have things going on all the time. They plan trips together. They have progressive dinners. They have holiday celebrations and so on. So Cherokee is a very active community. The people who live there are like a big family to each other. So you could buy a vacation home, a second home, year-round residence, whatever you wanted. Cherokee does not allow overnight rentals in their subdivision, so you would not be able to buy a home and try to rent it out on VRBO. Another one, and this is an adjoining subdivision to Cherokee, would be Legacy Bay. And Legacy Bay is also a gated community. It is more level and more cleared than most of Cherokee is. So Legacy Bay is gated. They do have a swimming pool. They have a tennis court. They have a clubhouse that has some weight equipment, books, a little kitchenette, shower area, and then they also have the boat ramp and the community marina. So Legacy Bay, Cherokee. Another good one is Mallard Bay, and Mallard Bay is down in Granger County. It's located in Rutledge. It is probably more developed. It's a good sized subdivision as well, and it's probably more developed than Cherokee or Legacy Bay, but there are still some lots available in there. Most of that subdivision is going to be on the main channel, so the views from there are phenomenal. Lake houses in here tend to start around $500,000 and go up. So I think they've had 3 or 4 in there this year that sold around the $750,000 to $850,000 range, and then they have one which is down at the Point that's currently listed for around $1 million. So Mallard Bay is another good one. They do not have any amenities such as marinas or swimming pools or anything like that, they do have an HOA fee of about $100 a year. And that's to upkeep the subdivision entrance and things like that. So another subdivision would be Bayside. And Bayside is really located on a seasonal water cove. So you're not going to have year-round access to the water from Bayside. Several lots available for sale in there. There are some great views from that subdivision. They are a gated subdivision as well. They do have public water, underground utilities, cable TV, just a few homes that have been built in there right now, and they have an HOA fee of around $500 a year. They do have a boat ramp, and they have a marina. They have trailer storage. But again, they are kind of a seasonal lakefront, so you wouldn't have year-round access to the water from that subdivision. Trying to think of another one. Granger's Landing, which is also in Rutledge, is a gated community, and that is really a theme with a lot of our lake subdivisions here. If people build a vacation home or a second home, you know, they want the security of knowing that not just anybody can come in that neighborhood. So a lot of these lake subdivisions will be gated. But Granger's Landing has single-family residences as well as condos. So if you're looking to retire, you don't want to have to do yard maintenance, that may be a place for you to check out. They do have a boat ramp, they have a marina, they have a swimming pool, public water, cable TV. So that's a good subdivision for you as well. Shiloh Springs is another one that's pretty popular, and it's located pretty close to Granger's Landing. It's a gated community, phenomenal views from there. Some wooded, some cleared lots. They do have a boat ramp, and they also have a marina there. So different subdivisions available that you would want to check out. Most of them are going to have an HOA fee. Most of them are going to be gated. And I mentioned, you know, a couple of them had public water, cable TV. A lot of the lake subdivisions are in rural areas, so you're not going to have public water and sewer. You're going to have a well and a septic. So if you're looking to buy a lot, you need to calculate for those expenses when you're building your house. So today we talked about subdivisions on Cherokee Lake that you may want to check out. Next week we will cover some on Norris Lake, and then we will get to Douglas Lake as well. If you're planning a move to East Tennessee and want a realtor who is familiar with the lake subdivisions and the ins and outs of each, be sure to reach out to me. I'm Amy Shrader with RE/MAX Real Estate 10, 423-748-8811. I'd love to help you get moved down here. And if you don't care, while you're here watching, if you would hit the subscribe button below and then ring the bell so you'll be notified of future episodes.